We want Brett. We want Brett. We want Brett.
Well, as far as it comes to God, though,
We want Brett. We want Brett. We want Brett.
hey, you want some bread and butter there, boy? You want some, bacon and eggs along with your sausage?
It's just retarded. Or, let's just say tarded. So this way I don't get, so this way I don't hear, because, you can retard a motor, or I think, I'm not sure exactly if that's the way they would put that, but, retard just means you're not working at full capacity. So I don't understand the offensive. It's like if the TV tells you to be offended by it, people just run with it. So, get over it, I guess. I apologize. I'm going to try as hard as I can not to say it, but it's really hard when I'm making these videos not to use that word. If I say the R word, please forgive me, okay? I don't want to make a huge habit out of this because it's really annoying, but I didn't want to let this one go because I think it's rude, and I think Mark needs help. I think he needs help. He's upset about this when this is what he did to Brett. I don't care if he made these images or not. He brought them to the table. This is your fault. You should just be quiet. If you don't want people talking about you, you should just be quiet. And it's not necessarily about Kent. See, that's what you guys keep doing. You keep saying, oh, this is a Hovindite. You're a Hovindite. Okay. I'm not defending Kent. I'm defending the fact that we're all human beings and that we all should shut up and go mind our own business. I think that we're not the judge. I think that you guys would be terrified if I was the judge because I would be cruel. I've said that before, and it's absolutely true. I would never, ever, ever want Mark to be the judge because he's crazy. Okay? He is absolutely obsessed. You can't even have a normal conversation. And it's just a constant thing in his mind. It would not be good to let him be the judge over anyone. Okay? That's not his job. That's not any of our job. And if I was defending anything, it's DAL. But it doesn't need me to defend it. Okay? It's going to defend itself. You'll see. And anyway, it's not like Kent works for some guy that you're going to get this message to and then he's going to get fired. You guys just do not get it. There is absolutely nothing that's going to happen to him. Nothing. Even if you guys did get 5 people upset and they stopped donating money, the guy's got so much money in assets and so much money in his materials and stuff that he's made. I would love to see what you guys have done. And another thing, I would challenge every single one of you guys that has got all these terrible things to say about Kent and how he's a fraud and he's not really a good guy and he's hurting people. I would love for any of you to give me just one single email, letter, testimony of one person who has said that you specifically have changed their life. That you have done something wonderful for them. They've cried over you. They spent an hour writing a letter and sending it to you in the mail. They love you and think about you. I would love to hear one of you guys say just one person. And eventually, you guys will end up getting put out like a cigarette. So, and no, that's not a threat. So don't even try to twist it into your weird narratives. That's just the truth. Everyone goes out like a cigarette eventually, right? You people have got to be answered, apparently. Now, I think Kent should never say anything again. He should never answer you guys again because you have already gotten every answer you've ever asked for. There isn't one he hasn't answered more than 5 times because his content is beautiful and is amazing for people and for new people that don't know the Lord yet. He doesn't want to ruin it with y'all. So thank you, Brett and Steven. You guys are awesome. As far as I'm concerned, Brett is awesome. And he's had a rough life. He's had a different upbringing than you. You don't know what is going on in his life or why he is the way he is. But there's lots of people out there that are going to watch this and they're going to think, "Man, I can do this too. Jesus will change my life too. He'll be good for me too." So, why don't you shut up, Mark? Why don't you do something good for once? Why don't you change someone's life? For once in your life, why don't you stop this crap? You know what? I'm not even going to tell you to do that anymore, because then it's, oh, she just wants to defend Kent Hovind. If you guys don't get it yet, you never, ever will. You never will. Because as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I know, this type of behavior is not what God would want. This is never what God would want. For you to shut down a ministry. Oh, that's right. You don't believe people need to get saved. I forgot about that. That is dangerous. That is absolutely dangerous. I mean, you know, I hate to say it all the time because I know you guys out there don't like it, but Kent was right. He was right. I would just love to see one thing that you've built, Mark. See, that's the thing, is that no one can do anything to you because you've never built anything. So, like, I'm sitting here arguing with you all the time, but you don't have anything to tear down. And you have got to remember, whether you want to believe that the Lord is on earth and he's working through man, I don't give a crap what you believe. I'm telling you right now, you're trying to tear down DAL, and that's not Kent's ministry. It doesn't belong to him, it belongs to the Lord. You can believe that or not, but it will be proven to you one day. He's given you as many chances as possible, I think, because you're crazy. You really need to think about it. Or pray about it, or do whatever it is that you do when you don't think you need Jesus. I don't know. It's absolutely nuts to me. What were you even doing at DAL? What were you even doing there? What is it that inspired you to want to stay there and live there? For what? You left because you were whining and crying about some guy that was charged with pedophilia, or you know, whatever the terms are on the paperwork. I remember everything you said in the beginning. A lot of those things I have downloaded. A ton. We want Brett. We want Brett. We want Brett.
I even got this young lady by the name of MissingMod who claims that I did everything that I did for money. Brett Keane only hung out with Kent and Matt for money. MissingMod herself never gave me money.
We want Brett. We want Brett. We want Brett.
Kent's up there taking money and he's selling DVDs. He doesn't give a damn if anybody's saved. If he did, then why is there so many people that are working for him that keep on leaving? Why do people keep going? Why is it that all the women in his lives can't stand his ass? Why is it that he spent 10 years in prison being someone's girlfriend?
You know, I'm not Kent Hovind. I don't have I don't have thousands of people following me and looking to me to learn the Bible. I just got a couple people following me wondering what I'm going to say about you, Mark. What is wrong with you people? You know, you really need to find some other stuff to think about, because you're worried about things that the people you're talking about aren't even worried about. I mean, it's a waste of your time, Mark. Your precious time. You've only got a minute at a time like the rest of us. You got 24 hours in a day. Just like me, just like everyone else. I don't care who it is, or how much money they have, or how good they are, or how bad they are. It doesn't matter. The only people that don't are dead. And man, Mark, I loved that about you. When I first learned about you, and you were on Adam's channel, this was before Adam told me to go away, you said, "Oh, why don't you let her on? Let's have some fun." I loved that about you. I thought, wow, that is so cool. He's brave. He's brave. He's not afraid of somebody who has a differing opinion than him. He's not afraid to confront someone who might not be the nicest person. You didn't know me at that time. You had no clue if I was going to be mean or what I was going to say, what I knew about you. You were just like, let him in. Adam was scared and said no. for some reason. I don't even know. I would never, do anything to hurt him. I wouldn't even go on his stream ever. Never has that ever crossed my mind. Not once. I would never do that. I have nothing bad to say about the guy. No problems at all. It's just him. He's the one with the problem. I can't believe you guys still trust him after all the stuff you've heard. It's from a bunch of people that are obviously butthurt about stuff. It cannot be taken seriously. So all the little tiny grains of truth that are buried down in there, them cops won't even look at it. They can't see it because you guys have made it such a big deal. Then you got this live stream going with several other content creators that have made butthurt videos as well, and one's making fun of him and throwing out insults that have nothing to do with what you're supposedly trying to achieve. You're acting like you want to expose him and you're making fun of him. It is obviously bitterness. I've said all this stuff so many times, I can't even believe I'm doing this. I really love to hear you say what you would like to see Kent do. Not one person cares. Nobody cares. See, if you weren't trying to destroy stuff, you're not trying to help people. You're trying to take down something that you had nothing to do with building, something that Kent's been building for many, many, many years, probably your life worth of years. Since you were in little baby Mark diapers, he's been building this. You are like an animal trying to rip it down because you have never built anything, so you don't know how hard it is or how destroyed somebody would be after a rogue animal that's crazy comes and tries to tear it down because he's mad he didn't get his way. Come on. Now you're just a pest. You're an issue that some bug keeper needs to come and get rid of. A bug guy, whoever. Pest control. You're just a pest. And you lost all credibility and no one gives a crap what you think Kent should be doing. Now until you turn around and start to build your own things and you start to do something for the Lord, what can you say? What more can you possibly say about this stuff? Now you want to say something mean about Brett and act like you're inconvenienced by having to do a response video. Shut up. And you won't ever have to do one again. Because it's so bizarre to me that I can't even understand it. You're brain dead or something. I pray about it all the time. It's like I can't reason with you guys. I can't even have a conversation with you guys. You sound like robots. Do you not care if you're smiling or if you're happy? Or how you're doing? Let me help you bear some of your burdens. Let me be your friend. Man, look at Steven and Brett. They got a beautiful friendship right now. I think about it way more than I probably should. You can call me weird all you want to. I am not perfect. I'm nowhere near as good as Kent. So if he's in trouble, then I'm next. Or somebody. One of us is next. It's scary. It's not cool. You never fought with your old lady, Mark? You never had fights with your woman? I'm trying to help you guys. I know that this is a really bad way to do that, but Mark, I've tried everything else. You know that. You say all the time, oh, we've got hundreds of messages from her, and she's crazy. I was trying to make you laugh. I was trying to be funny. There is no other way to get through to your, whatever's going on in your head. When I call you crazy, I absolutely mean that. I'm crazy too, but not like you, And I certainly don't think you look like a manatee. Brett, you got an awesome brow ridge. I mean, look at them eyebrows. You got a man's face. You led me to Jesus, which is the best guy ever, okay? He is the best friend you could ever ask for. And Kent is introducing people that don't know him to him. What dum-dum would stay on the bad side? What dummy would say, oh, I'm going to stay over here because this is where I started? That's ridiculous. No. If you come to your senses, of course you're going to switch. Mark, I care about you very much. I think you're a smart, very smart guy. I think that you have an excellent presence. You could totally be doing something so helpful to somebody, You could be doing something. You know, at this point, you're not hurting Kent. You're hurting you. And see how silly my channel looks? It looks crazy because all I do is attack Mark. Well, I don't attack Mark, but I respond. Well, you can call it attack if you want, because I know that's what everybody's going to say. I mean, you're lucky I'm not digging around in your personal life or really actually trying to find out why you're on a government watch list. If everything Kent does is your business, well, it's fair game. We want Brett. We want Brett. We want Brett.
Yes, I should take off all my clothes and run down the highway naked.
We want Brett. We want Brett. We want Brett.
Screw you, Matt and Kent. Screw you, Matt and Kent. Screw you, Matt and Kent.